We'll go ahead and get started here. This is a fucking solid group. Scotty, do we have anything general stuff? I guess
Not really.
we'll have one more live call after this one, and that will be the last one, I believe. So this is the second to last one.
Yep.
I'm gonna cry.
Colin, try to stay awake for this one.
Yeah, I had to. Someone had to fuck with you on that yesterday, and might as well be me.
Oh god. Okay.
We got a question from Sergio, so we start with that.
Let's go.
If you were starting a store from scratch without a team, how would you plan out for Q4?
Wait, can we put this in the chat so I can look at it visually?
Jesus.
I see it now. Hold on. I'm going to put it in there. Don't you worry, Scott, man. Don't you worry your pretty little head.
How would we plan out for Q4? So, kind of depends on your risk tolerance. If I was me right now with my experience and my income and my money in the bank, I'd be looking to get inventory to the US because last year, e-packets and just general shipping from China was a complete shit show when it got to like November, December. I think November especially was a complete shit show, and like the kind of shit show where if you do everything right, you do great, that could just kill your business. So I'd be looking to get some sort of bulk order to the US if I were me in my current situation. If you're just new in e-com, that might not make sense for you. Obviously increases the risk. So if you haven't been running it for a couple of months at least, you probably don't fancy taking that risk, which I think is fair enough. If you're not going to get inventory to the US, I would not be scaling. That's my answer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Forget about Q4. Run a special offer on Black Friday, but just forget about trying to scale.
Yeah, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to do things the right way, like we teach and like we're trying to do, and really what we recommend you guys do, which is get US fulfillment pretty quickly, and improve everything so that you are actually providing a decent customer experience. If you want to do it that way, then I would say exactly what Scotty just said. Basically, like start a store like you regularly would, and don't really even pay attention to Q4 too much. Obviously, your results might be a little bit better because people are going to be buying more. But if you're just starting now, and you want to do things the right way, it's going to be very difficult to do that in this short of a time frame. It's definitely possible. I mean, if you got something up this week and it was working and you got it profitable like very quickly, then I think that would give you more leeway. But if you want to do it that way, then yeah, I would just say don't really worry too much about Q4. Just focus on doing the right things like you always would. If you're trying to do like the opposite and basically what we used to do, or at least what I certainly used to do, just basically just like fucking scale dropshipping stores without a whole lot of regard for the customer experience and just try to make money quickly. Then I think you could do that, and I think you could start a store and you could try to improve the logistics somewhat and maybe get an agent to ship from China to reduce your shipping times a little bit. But even with that, it's going to be tough, and you're going to have a lot of headaches with that. You're going to have a lot of customer service bullshit to deal with. And personally, I wouldn't really want to do that. But I guess it kind of depends on what you want.
Yeah, I kind of want to take the long route still. It's just that disregarding the scaling part, just trying to plan out for the entire next 3 or 4 months, pretty much taking into account that I'm running this new test now, and there's things that are working, things that aren't working. There's things that I can get in the US and fulfilled within the US. So I already spent the whole morning negotiating with some suppliers, and I'm kind of getting a bit confident and testing out a lot of different suppliers to see what works out or not. And I'm very happy to see like my orders are arriving from like 10 to 15 days, and even some that are being shipped from China with some suppliers that I'm using now. So in that sense, I'm a little bit more comfortable than I was with my previous store. But I was just trying to figure out what would be the like a game plan for, even though building out like slow and steady, but still trying to take advantage, taking into account that supposedly the next quarter is going to be there's going to be more volume. There's going to be a lot more complications with logistics. As you said, like for the past year with the packet and whatnot. So I'm trying to prepare my game plan for the end of the year.
What I would do also, what I'd recommend is start testing out special offers. It's like actual special offers, not just like increasing the compare app price, but you have your standard offer, and I would try to figure out what's the most compelling Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend offer, like a special discount, special offer, special way of promoting it, whatever. And I mean, the good thing is you've got this weekend, Labor Day, and then you've got Halloween as well. So yeah, I would kind of consider those two holidays as like a test run. And I mean, what I did last year is I just ran, I don't know if I did it Labor Day. I think I did Labor Day and Halloween. It was just test runs of two different offers I wanted to test to see which one I was going to finally use on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And yeah, one of them did really well, the other didn't. So we stuck with the one that did well on Black Friday and ran that again.
Sorry, you said Labor Day, and what was it? The other one?
Halloween.
Halloween. Yeah, I actually have a product that I think will be good to promote for Halloween. So I might,
agree.
try to test it out for Labor Day, for for people to have it on Halloween. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the issue with. I mean, honestly, it doesn't even really matter if it's drop shipped or not. A Halloween sale isn't going to be to have it on Halloween. It's like you can do a Halloween sale with like a Halloween theme, but it shouldn't be about using the product on Halloween. You know what I mean? And if you plan that out ahead of time a bit, this may or may not be worth your time, but if you want to plan it out ahead of time, you can come up with some Halloween themed ads.
Yeah.
So I mean, with you could do sort of a Halloween party setting and make a video ad in that kind of setting. You can kind of plan that out.
Yeah, I have a product that kind of fits out on a party, on a Halloween party, so.
You do.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking to test. Thanks, guys.
Sure thing.
Sure.
That was the only question we got, so it's all open. The floor is yours.
What y'all got?
Yeah, I had a question about AliExpress and a Burlo.
What up?
So, so say you've got a product that's like on the band. You know, you get those products that are like banned off a Burlo.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've done is I've replaced it with a different product. And what I was wondering is like, so when you're like placing the order through, it basically like I'm having to do it manually, but you're getting like charged like twice for the shipping. Like, is there a way to override it anyway, or is it just like you can't?
You're getting double charged for the shipping? What do you mean by that? Like, I don't
know
that happening.
So like you've got a product normally, it just kind of does it once. Like, say if you're ordering two products, it kind of has it as one charge on its own. But then when I'm doing it manually, it's like it's coming up as two separate shipping costs. Does that make sense?
Is it two products?
Yeah.
Two different products?
No, the same product but different variant. So I'm getting like, say it's $5, $5.
Yeah, I had that a lot initially starting. I don't use AliExpress anymore, but you have to talk to the supplier, and you have to ask them to either correct their listing or do some kind of deal with you, because
custom private link.
I mean, to be honest, it's probably not going to matter. To be honest, 'cause I think I'm going to move away from this product anyway. But
I mean, they can do it. They absolutely can do it, because I had the guy that I was working for before do it with me, but they just don't want to do it because they get more money for
yeah.
So
I don't see how it's an issue with Oberlo though. I think this is just an issue with the listing.
Yeah,
the way he charges shipping.
Yeah, I don't think that's with Oberlo.
Because you know, you get those ones that get flagged up because of the
right, but
the names
of
a
different listing, and I'm confused why you're fulfilling it manually. If you
because
use listing in Oberlo and that worked,
because I want to use that, so I want to use the X supplier, whatever, Joe Blog supplier, but it won't let me sync it up with Oberlo because that particular supplier.
So you're still using the original supplier that won't let you.
So I'm just using like a random one just to, so it's not like fucked up with the.
I mean, in that case,
inventory.
You don't even fucking need Oberlo because Oberlo's
might just probably just best just to get rid of it. But
the only thing with that is it's still useful, because once you add the products to the cart, like manually, it'll still automatically put in the address for you.
Yeah, that was all I kind of got it for, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
The other question I got is just about just like video ads in general. Like I've really found it hard to actually get one that's ever worked for me, to be honest. I was just wondering, like, where, like, what is it that actually? I know, like, it's about making them attention grabbing, etc., etc. But I feel like
How have you been making your video ads up to this point?
How?
Yeah, like have you been getting them made by someone off Fiverr, or have you been editing them yourself?
I've had a guy that Ryan Banks told me about that. Like, I just messaged him on Skype basically, and then he's been like doing it for me.
When you have him make an ad, like, what do you give him? What kind of instructions do you give him? How much of it does he do himself?
So the last one that I did, the leggings one, I did some of it myself, like, so I cut some of the parts that I wanted myself on Premiere Pro. I said, I want this exact clip from 12 seconds to 16 or whatever, this from 20. Put those together, and I was like, can you put these together? And I want this copy on this part, like that sort of thing.
Okay.
And he probably did, like, it was just putting it together that I couldn't do, or I haven't got the patience to do it. So
I think part of you're thinking, you're doing video ads wrong. I think part of it might just be the fact that you've tested a bunch of stuff and there's really only one product that has worked well for you.
Yeah.
And that product may just be better suited to image ads.
Yeah, but I just feel like I've done like endless amount of videos and just never like got anywhere with them.
I mean, honestly, like, I would just probably ease up on the videos for a little bit and just focus on making really good image ads.
I just find that every time like I do them on Facebook, they're just like really bad. Like, every store I've done, the video ads.
Video ads. Gotcha.
Yeah, just like really bad. I don't know whether that's to do with what it's to do with, to be honest. But
I think the latest attempt might have had to do with the fact that people have seen the product before and people have seen the content before.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the footage has been used like before.
I think that might be part of it.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was anything fundamentally wrong with your ads. So that could just be part of it.
I don't know what you guys think, but I think with ads now, it looks like with video ones, I think a lot of it's like user generated stuff, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Like from both video and image.
Yeah. So they seem to be the ones that.
I mean, honestly, that's
being,
most
like,
of
yeah.
what we run, both image and video, is user-generated content edited.
Yeah. Well, I guess when
Some
when
influencer
you're,
clips as well, but that's most of it.
well, I guess when you're just starting a store, I guess you can't exactly get that straight away.
You can, no.
Well, I guess if you use someone else's.
You can get an influencer or like someone on Fiverr to record some stuff for you. But I mean, most of the time, I mean, thinking about the stores we've created, it's been mostly image ads.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah. Image ads, a mix of image ads, and then sometimes we test possibly the same video editor that you used, makes us some stuff. And we test both, and sometimes one works, sometimes the other works. But mostly image ads is what we're running, even once we have content.
Yeah, yeah. I've been trying the ones with two images and then like a GIF in the corner as well. So, but yeah, that's about the extent of my questions today.
How long are like your video clips? Because I found the best videos are like 2 to 3 seconds per clip, like very, very quick, one after the other to keep people's attention, because people have the attention of a goldfish nowadays. So you really have to keep them in, you know?
Yeah, it is pretty much off that. So
that, and the have you tried, what's it called? Like Jason said this a few months back, but having like different videos playing in different corners, or like playing 3 videos at once. Yeah, those are.
Yeah,
really
I've tried.
Cool.
I've tried that as well.
Any word on your old store? Has anyone been interested in that?
I've had a few people message me, but nothing nothing solid. So
Nothing's come of it.
I think it's hard to work out how much your store's actually worth, to be honest.
Because it's like to pay, yeah.
It's a bit of a Wild West sort of thing.
Yeah.
You haven't got like a reference point. Like, it's not like you're selling a house where it's a 4-bedroom house or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just whack. I think it's just like a case of like guessing a little bit and just putting it up there. So,
Matt, I think what you need is, I think you just need like something really compelling, man. Not even in terms of ads, but like in terms of the product and the offer in the market. Like, we just need to find something that's just like, that just hits, man. That's just a strong offer to a hungry audience.
I think I've got a lot of it dialed in, like the product page, blah blah blah.
Yeah, dude, I mean, dude, you know how to do everything. Like, you're not. I don't think you're bad at it or anything either. I think that like you've gotten like pretty good at it. It's just gonna take, it might take some more testing. And I think like at the stage you're at now, I don't think it would be a bad idea to be testing products in stores a little bit more rapidly than you have been. And just like move a little bit quicker, get something up, test it, and just if it's not working, give it a round or two of big changes and see what you can do. But like after that, if it's still not working, like just fucking move on.
Because
I mean,
guess that's the case of it.
Like you have everything you need, and you've been doing and getting experience for like a year now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think you just got to find that one thing that's really going to hit.
And then improve on that. But like, if it's not working in week 1, possibly chuck it.
Yeah.
Like, give it 3 days. If results are poor, shut it off. Change something about the offer. Give another 3 days and shut it off. Keep your costs, keep your expenses basically low. Spend like $200-300 per store max.
Yeah.
That's probably a good shout, to be fair. I think it's just because. Yeah, I think it's just how I am. I'm kind of a one thing at a time person, but
that's great. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
One thing at a time, but now it's like one thing at a time, faster.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid if if you're running something for a little bit and it's not working and you don't really have any faith in it, like just throw it out and start something new.
Yeah. No, you're probably right.
I think one of the key things, Matt, is I think like we really want to get specific. I think we really need to find a very specific market in a very specific product, and just do something that is going to be compelling as is, and is not going to require,
extra stuff, extra shit, basically.
Really, really intense and really good video ads for it to work. For example, like we want to find something that is going to work with basic image ads.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you can just like in my case, a lot of times you can think, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do that, or whatever, and then sometimes, like you say, it just doesn't work, does it? So you just have to like move on quicker, like you say. So
if you get the right product and the right offer with how you're doing everything, it's going to work pretty much off the bat.
Yeah. Cheers for that. I'll let other guys get their questions in.
Yeah, hit us, y'all.
I have a question.
What's up, Andre?
I'm good, thanks. I've been starting a new store for past 14 days, and I've been through 2 rounds of testing, and in both of them I had 4.5 average CTR, and in the first testing the CPMs were very high because I suppose the angle was like standard angle. And then in the second testing, I changed the angle, and CPM went to $9, and CPC went to 0.2, and CTR was 4.5 as well. But the store was not converting, and the ROAS was 0.7 in both cases. So now I'm going to change my product page and do the third round of testing. And if it goes bad, I don't know if I should continue because I already have like 600 content views, so I can make a lookalike audience. But I'm thinking since the ROAS is low, meaning people are not very of good quality, should I make lookalikes? Like, will they work? Or should I just ditch the product and probably try another one or move to another store?
I mean, those ad metrics sound really solid. Like 0.2 CPC is like, I mean, that's like definitely very good.
If you have a 4.5 CTR, you're getting low quality traffic. That's pretty much a given.
You think?
Yeah.
Is that with US as well?
Yes. And the strange thing is that in the first testing, the CPM was high, CTR was same, but I had more add to carts. Like in 3 days, I had like 20 add to carts. And in the second testing, in 3 days, I had only 10 add to carts, although I had twice as much people, which is also strange. Like in the first,
it's traffic quality is what it is. But the problem is that doesn't help you because you can't control it. That's kind of the issue you have here. I think what you said about changing the product page and then if it doesn't work, moving on, that might be a good idea. As for whether to try lookalikes, will they work because it seems to be low quality traffic? They might not work, but I think it's worth testing.
Okay, so I will do then three ad sets. Should I, by the way, go with this same ad sets because after all, they proved to be a good fit, although I didn't make many sales? Or should I test like completely different ad sets? So, would you do that?
Did you start with 5 ad sets?
No, 3.
3?
3 in the first testing, 3 in the second testing. I have 6 of them.
Did they all get sales?
In the second testing, all of them got sales, but like none of them were profitable.
I would probably use the same ones again then, yeah.
Okay. And another question was about video ads. I'm using image ads and I try to inspire people with copy, basically. I try to get creative. And these 2 times it kind of worked. But then I'm thinking I will not have video lookalikes, like 95% video lookalikes. I remember you said they are very strong. So should I?
They're not that strong. You can do Facebook page engagement.
Page engagement.
Yeah. What I would do in your situation in terms of lookalikes is 2 ad sets. I'd do a 10% page engagement and 10% view content. That's it.
Okay, so I first need to create custom audience from page engagement, and then out of it, create the lookalikes.
Yeah, and I would just do 1 audience, 10% lookalike.
10%. Okay, will do. Thanks.
I mean, for all your questions about product page and video ads, you kind of got to show us what you're working with, what you're doing. Same with like image ads. Because it's dangerous to say it's kind of working because my CTR is so good, because you don't know if it's kind of working. I mean, honestly, it's what we know is it's not working in terms of actual sales. Everything else is kind of guessing at this point.
Yeah, sure. I will DM you both the ads and the store. And by the way, if you guys, like this is to everybody, if you want to see how your customers behave in your store, there is a new free app. It's called Yandex Metrica. You can use it for free, and it records all the store activity for you. And it also has a dashboard. You can see what is the retention rate, how much time people spend on your site, how many pages they see. Just for your information.
Can you check which pages they go to?
I will write the name of the app.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
You
Thanks.
You can download it. It's basically this lime spot, not lime spot. How was it? Lucky Orange, but it costed money, like $20 per month, and this one is free.
Vitals have also now a recorder for 5,000 views if you have Vitals, if you're using Vitals.
Yeah, there's a lot of them like that. Lucky Orange.
I use Inspectlet.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Hotjar. That's the one I was thinking of. Okay. What else y'all got?
Go
ahead.
When it comes to sourcing from USA, are there websites for wholesale sourcing like what they have in China, like Alibaba, but for US-based companies?
I haven't done any sourcing from the US.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've tried, and when I tried, it was just Googling. You look for a US wholesaler, US manufacturer. But and then, I mean, I've just Googled it and gone through the listings and tried to find if there's something that meets my needs, and I've never found anything that I thought looked very good.
Yeah, I think in the US, there's not really there's not websites like AliExpress or Alibaba as much that have like all kinds of products. I think it's more like there are specific wholesale companies that specialize in a certain type of product. And so you kind of got to search for whatever you're looking for and see if there are any, companies that have the product that you're trying to sell and at prices that make sense. I think that's really going to be the biggest challenge is, most stuff that's manufactured in the US, it's just not going to be very cost efficient.
It's not about US manufacturers, it's about US wholesaler, because, importing to the US is a big cost. So these people are already importing in containers. It is,
but
if
they're paying that cost.
Yeah, but we are importing LCL, loose cargo, small shipments compared to container loads. It adds up a lot.
Yeah.
To the logistics. Even if they make like 30% margin, it is still cheaper to buy it from someone who's importing it to the US, rather than bringing one pallet or two pallets in sea freight or ocean freight.
It's not that much cheaper from what I've seen. Like, you're not saving a ton by importing stuff in bulk. Like, if you're ordering a smaller amount, you might pay $10 per kilogram, and if you order 100 times as much, you'll only pay $9.50. You're saving, like, what's that, 5%? Like, there's not huge cost savings by going up. There's some, but I don't think it's huge, unless you know something I don't.
They should be bringing by sea freight, and that is a huge difference.
Sea freight versus air freight is a huge difference. Yeah,
huge difference. So even if
like
they add their margin,
4x,
even if they add their margin, it should be more. And at least you have it like ready, because wholesalers usually have their stock ready. So if you want 1,000 unit, 2,000 unit, they have it. Like, they invoice you, you pay, they ship it to your fulfillment store. And it's that.
Yeah, just going to be your selection is going to be a lot smaller, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
We haven't done that. We haven't looked into it. It doesn't. I see what you're thinking is, but I mean, unless you get lucky and they have the exact product you want to sell, I don't see it as like super enticing. Because basically, when you start testing a product, you'd have to already know that you have a US wholesaler for it. Because if you're selling a product, the chances of you finding that with the US wholesaler, I think, is very small. You may find a similar product, but I mean, if I was selling whatever product, I would not risk buying a similar but different version from a US wholesaler. Like, I wouldn't put 5K down for stock of a product that isn't even the same as what I'm selling. You know what I mean?
True.
So unless you get lucky and the exact product you're selling, there's a US wholesaler for it. And even then, man, I think even then it's risky, because you might sell out your first stock and everything goes great and you want to place another order and you think they're going to have it ready. Then suddenly they're going to be like, oh, sure, we can do that. It's just going to be a 6-week wait time because the sea shipment isn't ready yet, you know? Then you're at their mercy.
I was actually planning that for the upsells. The main product is there, is already in the US, it's already stocked. But the upsells are gonna come from China, and I was thinking if I can have stock ready in the US for the upsell, then I can try it. If it works, then I can stock it together with the main product. Gotcha. I don't have to wait 6 weeks to get the sea shipment to the US.
Air ship it. Ship it by air.
Ship it by air. Yeah, that is also an option, but it's adding a lot. The cost is
it's 3 times as high. It's 3 times as high as the sea shipment. I know what it is.
Very expensive.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't know your margins or what these additional products are.
No, these upsell products, I still have to choose them. Actually, but I was thinking if you can get products that are $5, $10, you add them, it makes your offer more compelling, and basically people will convert more, and they are ready in the US, even if they are not huge winner products, but people will still opt for that offer because they will be getting, instead of 1, they get 3, they pay $50 extra, they are happy.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can pick products where you can work the shipping price into it. The air shipping cost for us is not a hindrance. I think you can figure out how to do that with air shipping. That's what I'd be looking into. What product can I sell where the margins make sense, even if I'm paying $10 per kilogram, which is what you're looking at roughly.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, the product costs you 50 cents and the shipping's $1, then that seems like, oh no, shipping's twice as expensive as the product. But at the end of the day, your cost of goods is still only $1.50. So if you can sell that for $5, $10 or whatever.
Makes sense.
Sounds like you're doing well though. Last time I talked to you, you didn't have stock in the US.
Yeah, no, the stock came. The people that you referred me to came through, and the stock is finished. The second stock is on the way, and I'm planning one ocean shipment to save on that $10.
Jesus
Try
Christ!
to
You want some advice? Don't do an ocean shipment. Get an air shipment, please.
I'm shipping 600 units by air and 1,000 by sea.
Okay,
So
yeah,
by
that's
the
smart.
time, yeah, by the time the sea reaches, it's like $10 and $2. Really, so this is
Yeah, I know.
it's
How
like
much?
$8.
How long do you think the sea shipment's going to take? What are you calculating there?
They are saying 30 to 45 days. That is the average price.
Yeah, that's about right.
And I'm planning to have the sea products for Black Friday sales.
Cool. Dude,
Hell
sounds like
yeah.
you're doing well. Love to hear
Yeah,
it.
alhamdulillah, doing well, and finally things have started to turn on the good side.
Yeah. What would you say was like, going from where you were and kind of when you were first starting to like getting to the point where things were profitable and consistent? What was kind of the, if there was anything, like what was the thing that really helped you do that?
Well, practice really makes perfect. It's the repetition. Scotty, along the way, every step, I like bothered him every day, every day, every day. But really, practice makes perfect, because this business is a complete business. Like, I was planning the company chart, and there are like a ton of things that needs to be attended to. It's not just get a product, put it there, write a copy, and that's it. It's so many different things, and if every part is crucial. It's like nothing you can ignore. Like, as you said, like logistics, if you let that slip, then you will have 50 emails every day, people shouting at you. And but I think practice is like what makes it perfect. Like repetition, especially when it comes to copywriting. I struggled with that a lot till I got it where I needed to be. And
Getting
I
that
think I
grammar
still
on
have a lot to
point.
learn. Sorry.
Getting that grammar on point.
Yeah. Especially for non-native, it's really hard.
Yeah, used to message me every day. Guess when he stopped?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny that you say like there's so much stuff going on and like it's a real business. A fun little story. I was hanging out with this guy in Kiev, sort of a friend of a friend, and he's a really cool dude. And he's got an e-com brand that sells sort of he sells like clothing for like the Thai pants, like the Thai elephant pants.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, he sells those, and he started the brand when he was in Thailand. He did like a photo shoot, and he like banged the model from the photo shoot. And he was thinking like, this is him starting the brand, and then it worked and everything. So he's like on top of the world, like this is my life now, banging models, this and that. And then unfortunately, once he got back from Thailand, reality set in, and he realized it's more looking at Excel sheets and planning inventory, and the whole banging of models has not been a repeatable process.
Damn. Well, hey, at least he got some additional benefits out of it.
What do you mean banging models isn't scalable?
God. Oh, I'm just waiting for like I can't wait for like the three people who are gonna listen to the replay of this to come across this part.
You're just skipping through, and this is the part that comes up.
I hope so. Pure value right here.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you're
You'll have a
skipping
lot of
through, and the first
enrollments
thing you
then.
hear is Colin, what do you mean banging models isn't a repeatable process?
You guys are silly. Well, that's
Anyway.
fucking dope. I'm excited. I'm excited for you, Yaya. That's amazing.
Thank you, Nick.
All right, who haven't we heard from? I think only Taylor, and is that Buck? Is that the OG?
All right, so I bought a ecom website from Hayden Bowles, so I'm gonna use.
Oh no! Good, sorry, go ahead.
Is that bad or good?
No, I was just kidding. Continue with your story.
Okay, yeah, so I bought one of that, and then I'm gonna watch that Gary Halbert video and finish the foolproof ecom ads this weekend. I'm gonna review the course, and then I'm gonna run ads to both those brands, and I'm gonna feed you back the data, and then I'm gonna just do the next part, and then this it'll probably be the end, but I'm gonna probably ask for like further instructions just at the end, just far as like how you would scale. I know you said it'd take like a couple months and you just scale slowly. So I just want like if just like chart that out and then I'll be set, and I may send you like a random DM here and there. But
Yeah,
other than that,
yeah. I mean, we're gonna have another live call in 2 weeks, so that should be good timing. You should have those up, and we can go from there.
okay.
Cool. You got anything? Any other questions right now, bro?
No, I've just been listening. All right, I do actually. Do you know anything about the ecom? I think it's called Ecom Bash.
No idea. I've never heard of that.
It's like it's a like an internet marketing conference, and it's like it's sponsored by Shopify Plus, and like a bunch of people like that. Nick Shackelford, he's like going to be a speaker, and there's going to be like 70 other speakers there. I've heard you mention his name before. That's the reason why I asked if you know, because like I go to those conferences, and so that's why I was just asking.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard about that one specifically. Maybe I saw some. Nick posted something about. I remember him posting something about something similar. Maybe it was the same thing a little while ago. Yeah, I mean, I don't know Nick personally, but I've heard good things, and he from following him on Twitter and stuff. He seems to know what he's talking about and operating at a pretty high level. So yeah, I mean, if he's a part of it, then it sounds like it probably something that's worth it.
Okay.
Damn, is Sergio over there smoking a joint right now? Damn, Sergio, I'm gonna fly down. I'm gonna come join you, man.
Kinda. Yeah. Come meet me.
Sergio, you're cheating on the ICOs.
What?
You're
Yeah, I'm
cheating
shitting
on
on
the
IQOS. They still don't have CBD or THC for IQOS. I'm waiting for that.
Okay. Buck, do you got a mic? You got any questions or anything? Oh, Buck said he's back from the dead. Word. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Just said
Questions or what?
he doesn't have a video or mic on the setup, but he says life's good, been busy but good, shifting from family business to ecom mode. Word. Well, it's good to hear from you, Buck. It's been a minute. I guess that was November of last year, huh? We saw you at the B.O.S.S Live.
I hope he still has that store we made.
I do too.
Dude, if you have that store, please run that. And I think it'll work. If it doesn't work, don't shut it down. Keep the store and switch out the product or whatever, because the design on that was so good. It was so simple, but so fucking good. It just looked so clean.
He still has the store.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
You and our boy Do, I think it was you and Do that obsessed over that.
Yep.
Getting that design right.
Yeah, and then we handed it off to Matt Risby, and he made some fucking killer edits to the copy.
Dude, we gotta get a team like that together in a room. Fuck our boy Josh. We gotta get that kind of talent together in a room.
That was quite the time, dude. That was pretty wild. The ecom juice is flowing. It was wild. Okay. Well, y'all got any other questions or anything? Now's the time. I think we've been through all of y'all.
What about
Let's give Colin a chance to speak too.
Yeah, no, I'm just here listening, talking about models and shit.
Kamal doesn't like talking in anything if it's not banging models, dude.
Yeah. Set up a store for that. Wait, I think that's illegal. Nah, whatever.
Be an idea in there somewhere.
Guaranteed winning product.
Guaranteed winning product.
No,
I think Sergio or Yaya, one of y'all was about to say something.
I wanted to ask about recruitment. When you are recruiting, do you recruit for like specific tasks, like VA separately, someone to work on the website separately, and do you have them on full time? And how do you usually monitor them, since they are working remotely?
Got it.
Yeah, you definitely want to hire those separately. I mean, it's a question of what are you looking for? What do you need? Because I mean, yeah, a media buyer is very different from a copywriter, which is very different from a VA. You need to decide what you need first, and then you go out and try and find that person. In terms of
possible, you probably want to keep it to contractors as opposed to hiring full-time employees. Especially
you want to hire full-time employees, but you want to legally be able to call it a contractor, is I believe what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what it is. For VAs, absolutely. VAs are going to work full-time, but they're contractors. But like, I don't think that you need to be, you know, having a video editor, for example, on full-time.
Yeah.
I mean,
at least not with our business model.
Yeah, I mean, from our experience, my kind of thought process around that is like now, like down the line, hire someone who can do all the day-to-day and can run the ads, can write copy, can do, you know, all the key stuff. And then obviously you have, you know, a VA or two. And then I think the rest of it is just contractors. It's like whenever, it's like a case-by-case basis of whenever you need stuff, you pay the right people to do it. And I think it's always good to be building up that, you know, that Rolodex per se of contractors that are, you know, do good work, are reliable, you know, don't charge a shit ton. And that's kind of how I'm thinking about it these days.
It's very specific to your business as well. I mean, like take 5 months ago, we were thinking about hiring a video editor, which would make sense if we were testing a bunch of video ads all the time. It turns out for what we're doing right now, we're running mostly image ads. So when we need a video editor, we do what Nate said, we just get a contractor to make one video ad. And if we need another one, we pay them to make another one video ad. But if you're trying to test 5 video ads a day across a couple of stores, then it might make sense to have someone full time. But that's just situation dependent, you know.
And how do you monitor them if they are full time?
If they're full, let me see if I can mute Nick. I can't mute Nick. If they're full time, basically what we do is just stay in touch via Skype. Is what I do. So Skype messages, I have them send me a full report of like everything they did. Like they just make a list of everything they did during the day at the end of every day. And if I need anything, I message them. If they need anything from me, they message me. They kind of track their time. Like I think one of them tracks their time and the other doesn't. And I have never once looked at the time track because I honestly don't care if they're working 8 hours or if they're working 6 hours or if they're working 4 hours. As long as they get done what needs to get done, as long as they're on top of their work, I'm happy paying them the amount of money they're getting for getting their shit done. And kind of what separates people who are really good from people who are just like average is when there is stuff that is outside the norm. Say normal is customer support plus moderating Facebook comments. Okay, that's the normal. Say we have like a big task, we've got a big issue with a bunch of orders and we need to get them all sorted and they need to compile a list of orders that have the issue and figure out which customers are affected. People who will go above and beyond in those times to get stuff sorted, those are the people you really want to cherish. And I'd say we're pretty lucky that we've got 2 VAs right now who worst comes to worst, we'll stay up late and try and figure shit out for us. And I really value that. And it's a lot of relationship management. I'd say we're pretty loose. Like, I don't care which hours they work. I don't care if they really work 40 hours a week or if they're sometimes watching YouTube videos today. As long as they get their shit done, and if I need them, they are available to do a lot of work in a short time. I'm happy with that.
And you're hiring from Philippines or?
VAs are from the Philippines, yeah.
So you never shop since.
The salary is like around $200 in the Philippines per month for VAs.
General is like 400 an average.
400.
Yeah, and we like to give a couple bonuses a year for either like really good work or a Christmas bonus. I think like a 13th month salary is common. So like at Christmas you get a 13th salary for the year. Yeah. Occasional raises for good work if people improve and learn new stuff.
Yeah.
I think a VA is probably the first thing. Actually, you've got some employees, right?
Yeah, I have already one.
For another business and for this.
But he's like getting ripped apart, so many things to do. Well, because we do the video editing in-house, we do the image editing in-house, we do the VA, like the customer support, the comments, everything in-house. Everything is like between me and him.
Get him, or you and him make a list together of the stuff that could be delegated to VA. Comments, customer service. Yeah, those are the two big ones. Answering emails, answering messages everywhere, and moderating comments. Get a VA on that, and then go from there. You can add tasks over time. Maybe add some basic video editing, maybe add some basic whatever you can delegate from your employee who's probably more qualified, and pass that off to VA, the better.
Yeah, I'm thinking also to get one video editor to try and test, because now every test needs 2-3 hours to prepare the clip, and if you're gonna micro test, then you're gonna be testing a lot on different products, different videos. So one video editor can handle that. Maybe some image editing as well.
Yeah, you could do that. You just kind of want to make sure that you don't end up delegating away your current employee all his tasks. Because if he's doing customer service plus image editing plus video editing right now, if you get a VA plus a video editor, suddenly he's sitting there thinking, what am I doing?
No, we'll give him more. That is fine.
Yeah.
Because a lot of work has to be done in research. Some work cannot be delegated, like especially to new team members.
Yeah.
Like supplier relations, media buying, I'm doing myself. No one else can go, because like in Facebook, one small mistake, then it can flip the whole account. And same with the supplier relations.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Video editing, I'd probably hold off on. Get a VA first. That's the biggest thing.
Great. Thank you very much.
No problem. We got a few new people on the call, Schmitty.
Nick, Omi, David. Any of y'all got some questions?
I'm in bed, bro.
You're in bed?
Yeah.
Did we ask? Damn, get roasted, bro. You just got roasted.
I'm too sleepy. My eye, man. I can't keep them up.
Bro,
All I see is we're live,
where do you live,
mofos.
bro?
In Bay Area, California.
Damn, bro, you slacking. You sleeping in. What happened to the hustle grind?
For real. No, I was up all day. Yesterday. So.
Yeah. Okay. Omi or Nick?
Hello.
What up, Omi?
I'm good, kinda. How you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm about to go go to the beach after this, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, cool. Well, I've had I had a bit of a great start after I launched the store. After the first 3 days of testing, it went into a bit of profit, and then Facebook started to mess with me, and then for some reason, every card I've been using on Facebook, at some point it just fails, and Facebook basically pauses an ad if you try to charge a card and it doesn't go through, then they pause it. So like I've been having that problem a whole lot. I don't know exactly where the problem is coming from because the banks are saying, and I tried different cards on different banks, and they're saying, oh, it's not from us, and then Facebook is saying, oh, it's this, is that. It's just crazy. So, and
what is Facebook saying it is?
Facebook. The last time I had I used the chat function. They said it was from the card, and the funny thing is that particular card, when the Facebook rep tried, it actually failed in that moment. But it works for other stuff. So I really don't know what the problem is. I've had to really pause, and I'm just trying to move everything that I'm doing, trying to see how I can move it to the US, because in order to do this, I actually partnered with my cousin, or you can call my sister. I consider her my sister, in the US. So, like, I don't know if you think using a PayPal business card is a good idea, because I know, Nate, you've talked about not really. You've advised against PayPal. I think I read that in the Foolproof Facebook course. I think you said something about not using Facebook. I mean, you're not using PayPal. So, but the business account, you have an option to get the card, right? A card.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I want to do, because I don't know what else to do with the cards that I'm getting from the Nigerian banks here, because they seem to be ruining everything, and I've lost a lot of money for no reason. To be honest, I don't even know whether to go back and test that product or just start fresh, because it was profitable initially, and then this started happening. Like, there's that variable where Facebook kept pausing my ads because payments weren't going through. So it's like, should I try the product again, or just
move on? You should. If it was profitable when you first started testing it, that is a sign that it probably has a lot of potential, and you definitely don't want to just give up from that. Definitely keep it running. I put 2 links in the chat. These are services that we've used in the past that might be helpful for you. They basically, privacy.com is the easier one. Bento for Business is a little bit more intense, and it takes longer to get verified and stuff. Now, I have no idea if either of these will work for you, since you live in Nigeria. But if they do, then I think these could be some really good alternatives. They basically allow you to link your bank account to a virtual credit card that you create on the website, and then you input the virtual, the credit card number into Facebook, and then whenever it gets charged, it just takes the money directly from your bank account. So I would look into both of these. Try privacy.com first and see if you can do that. And then besides that, I don't know a whole lot about the PayPal business credit card. I wouldn't really be able to tell you if that's a good or a bad idea. It sounds like it might not be a terrible idea. But I'm wondering is there a limit on the transaction amount on on these cards that you're getting from these Nigerian banks?
Yeah, there are limits on some of them. So what I did was I actually moved from using the ones in our local currency, because yes, they've actually been reducing the amount of foreign transactions you can do because of the COVID and maybe probably other situations with the country. What I did was use a virtual card as well. So there's one that is native to I don't know if they serve the whole of Africa, but I know it's a Nigerian company. So basically, I'm able to change the local currency to dollars and then put in a virtual card, and that particular one failed as well. So it was the last one I used was a virtual card. In fact, my money is still stuck there at the moment. Like I haven't been able to get it back. So it's just all of these strange things happening, So the past couple of weeks, to be honest, like it's been a week or two, about a week, I think. I actually just went back to looking into some client work while waiting things out, because the PayPal card is going to take about 10 days from what they said to get to my cousin's house. And then when she gets it, then we can activate and then start again. In the meantime, I've lost a whole bunch of money. I don't know if you saw my question from yesterday's call. I actually asked, like, with $1,000 budget, what would you really advise one to do with that kind of money?
Yeah, I think we answered that, and we said to refer to the low budget testing strategy bonus in the FFA bonuses.
Yeah, I mean that was what I was using, because I before I got the course, I actually asked Scotty on the private on a private message. So well, that's basically what's been going on. And,
that bonus was very much based on the advice I gave you.
Okay.
Like that was made for you, literally.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, the overall situation, it sucks. Like it sucks that you got to deal with that. And unfortunately, with me and Scotty, and I don't know if there's anyone else here. I don't think any of us, really have any experience specifically with dealing with these kinds of issues. I'm thinking, unless there's something that I'm missing, it seems to me like it's probably just like a case of, it's Nigerian stuff, and I think that Facebook is probably a lot stricter because of the, I guess the whatever you want to call it, the reputation for a lot of scammers coming from Nigeria. So
we actually have the option to use like the local currency to pay. Facebook has like they have this partnership with a payment gateway in South Africa, and they make us like prepay. So it's kind of like you load money onto the. But the risk with that is if they flag the account, you lose everything. Like even with money in it, that could. Then a lot of marketers I know here, they actually prefer to have their ad accounts in dollars. So I don't know. I guess it's maybe a case of a little bit of bad luck just starting out. But to be honest with you, I'm actually a little bit lower, not a little bit, to be honest, like, because I really bled some money with all of the pausing and stuff like that. It happened over 4 times, like testing and stuff like that. So like the budget I had is actually below 1,000 right now. So I was just wondering, I don't know if I should just go back, do some client work, if it's get the budget up, and then come back, active and stuff like that.
I mean, it sounds like based off of what you said, it sounds like the results were really good initially. Like,
yeah,
that's extremely rare for the first store that you launch to be profitable off the bat, and that's a really good sign. If we launch a store that's profitable right off the bat, that's like, to me, that's saying like, all right, this is it. Like, this is gonna work. So I think that like all these issues might like have skewed your view a little bit about how well it's actually working. Like you might think that it's not, it hasn't been working as well as it actually has. And I think you just got to be, you got to be careful, and you got to kind of figure out how you can get the payment to work consistently with Facebook. And once you figure that out, it should be pretty smooth sailing, it sounds like.
But on the other hand, I don't think doing some extra client work's a bad idea.
Yeah, I definitely have to do that to up the money a bit, because I lost quite a bit with all the craziness. So yeah.
And also PayPal locks, right?
Yes. Some of the money is actually held with PayPal, so that's the situation.
Homie, with your writing ability, like you should be able to do well with client. I mean, like, I take it you're doing freelance writing. I hope to God. Otherwise, please start, because you're a pretty good writer.
Thank you. Well, yeah, we'll see how it goes over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I've gotten a whole lot of value with everything I've gotten from you guys so far. So yeah, thank you.
Nice. One piece of advice I would give you if you're doing client work, try to find clients in the e-com space.
Yeah,
That's
actually, that's
only
what.
going to help you.
Yeah, because it's really interesting. Like with the stuff I did with my store has really motivated me to go in that direction. So yeah, find some email clients, stuff like that. See how it goes. Thank you.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Yeah, your son doesn't want to join the call?
He joined. He doesn't like what we are doing. We don't have cartoons. We don't have Papa Pig, so he left. Omi, why don't you link the PayPal directly to your ad account? I've been using that since day one. It never gave me any issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that could be. Like I said before, though, there are actually limits on the Nigerian cards. With banks are not processing too many foreign transactions. Like when it gets to a certain level, most banks are doing just like $100 a month.
That's definitely the issue then.
Yeah, so like I said, with the last card, I completely moved it to I actually physically changed like the money from Naira, which is the local currency, to dollars, and then I had it loaded onto like a virtual card, and that one failed too. So that just kind of made me lose faith in everything from around here. So I'm just trying to move everything to the US, work with my cousin to just have everything over at use US banks, US cards and stuff like that. I don't think I want to do anything here again.
Yeah, definitely with the currency restriction, if you are not able to pay, because even if you make your Facebook account in Naira, that is still considered as a foreign transaction. Like for us here in UAE, even if the ad account is in the local currency, when my card gets charged, I get charged with the not I get charged with the local currency, but they also charge me the surcharge of international transaction. So you will still get limits. But I was saying link your PayPal and use your PayPal balance to pay. So you will be getting money inside your PayPal, and your PayPal is paying for Facebook as well.
Oh yeah. That's the plan.
Yeah, Omi, I think that's what you should try. I know, you mentioned that I've said not to do that, which I mean, in any normal situation, I would, stick by that and say that that's definitely not the ideal thing to do. But in your current situation, it seems like that's really going to be your best bet. Because I mean, if that works, then you could have ads up and running today.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I'll look into all of that.
And you don't need a card for this. You don't need the PayPal card. You can link the PayPal itself.
Yeah, you link it to Facebook. You go into your business settings and then go to payment methods, and then you add like a new payment method, and then you link your PayPal. PayPal is one of the options.
Okay. All right. I'll check that out.
I would definitely do that today and see if you can see if that'll work. 'Cause it'll take 2 seconds to figure that out. And if it works, then that could be you could have ads back up very soon.
Why do you not advise with this, Nate?
Yeah, because this hasn't happened to me personally, but I've heard it from other people. Situations where if you and this is rare. This is there's not a high chance of this happening, I don't think, but it can happen where if your PayPal account and your Facebook account get banned at the same time, what can happen is you can't access either of them because you have that ban, but your Facebook ad might still keep spending, and you won't even be able to touch them, but they might still keep spending, and because you can't log into Facebook or you can't access PayPal, you can't remove the payment method, and it's just going to keep charging you, continuously running ads. And if that does happen and you're not using PayPal and you're just using a debit card, then it's very simple. You can just cancel the debit card and get a new one. But if your PayPal account's banned, then you won't be able to stop it. So that's the main reason. So be aware of it. But again, I don't think it's very common. It's just one of those things where it's you'd want to avoid it if at all possible, because that would be a really, really shitty situation to be in.
For me,
If you
whenever
get someone
PayPal,
else on the account on the ad account, they could turn off things, so you can go like protect yourself if, in case of that happening.
Yeah,
for
that's
me,
good.
whenever they disable the ad account, they immediately bill like whatever they have unbilled amount. They immediately bill it and they disable it. Then I actually find out that the ad account get disabled from PayPal because I get like $20 or $30 Facebook payment, then I know that the ad account is blocked.
Wait, say that one more time, Yaya.
But for me, if the ad account gets blocked, Facebook immediately bills the unbilled amount.
Mm-hmm.
They take it from PayPal and they block. So it usually does not keep on going. Like
Yeah, that's definitely what I've experienced as well. I've never had that happen where it just keeps spending. And I mean, shit, man. I mean, I don't even know that could be not even a thing anymore. That could have been something that was, a thing a couple years ago and is not now. But you want to be safe.
Yeah, definitely.
Or better to be safe than sorry. But in this situation, I think that PayPal it's really like, it seems like it's one of your your few good options right now. So I would definitely go into your ads manager and see if you can add that as a payment method and switch everything to that and see if it actually works. Cool.
I have a question real
Oh,
quick.
wait.
Now I'm up. Now I can see. Anyways, so I have an interest that's been working for about 6 days, 3.14 ROAS, and I'm like at 1.86 break even. So, and my question is, I saw you were following Ad Alchemist, Nate, on Twitter. So, you advise, right, what they say? You're fine with what they say?
For the most part, I mean, I can't vouch for every single thing that he tweets about or writes about or, every single little thing. But, I mean, dude, I've met him in person. We've hung out. He stayed at my house before. He's a super fucking cool guy. He absolutely knows what he's doing with Facebook ads. So I would say for the most part, yeah. If you have any questions about anything, you can just shoot us a DM and we'll let you know what we think about it. But I would say, yeah, for the most part, what he says is, I can't enforce it, fully 100% because I don't know exactly, there's been some things where I've been like, yeah, I don't know if that's right, or, I wouldn't do it like that. And I've seen from him, but for the most part, yeah, he's definitely good.
I saw he was saying like that like ads are kind of like what's it called, like stepping stones. So
wait, you're cutting out. Say it again.
What's it called? I saw that he was kind of saying like ads are kind of like stepping stones, right? You tends to like be like slightly, instead of duplicating and like at a higher budget. I feel like that would be more effective, right? I should try that better.
I did not really catch that because you're cutting out a shit ton. Dude, are you in the basement? I need you to get somewhere where you get cell service.
Yeah, I'm here with my kids. But wait, okay, can you hear me?
Right now I can't. It's just the connection's pretty shoddy. It keeps cutting out.
Can you hear me?
I think so.
Are we good?
Yeah, talk now.
Okay. Okay, we're good. And so I have a question. So like I just told you that I had an interest working for 6 days, right? So for that interest, since I see that the creative is working for that interest, I should be testing that interest with like the new interests that I'm working with.
Test that creative?
Yeah, creative. Oh god, I'm retarded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and test the creative that's been working, test it with other interests. Definitely.
Okay. And also when do you think I should duplicate and set it at a higher budget?
Dude, you have 5 interests running. One of them's working. Why are you asking about scaling? This is the problem with context. You come on the call and you say, I have one interest that is doing 3 raw ads. You forget to mention that the other 4 are not profitable.
He roasted me, so okay. But it's because in the boss, like the Facebook testing strategy, it says to duplicate after 3 days. And I'm just trying to set a structure for myself, you know what I mean? I'm a bit autistic like that.
That's assuming that you're actually profitable overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep testing creatives, keep testing other audiences with the creative that's worked. Creatives is a big thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've shown me everything you're doing. Creatives are by far the most important thing for you right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I guess because I'm never skilled before, that's why I'm sort of in the analysis paralysis type of shit. But I'm fine. I think I'm fine. I'm good.
You're amazing. You're fucking amazing. You just gotta, I think you just gotta fucking, step back a little bit. Don't get too ahead of yourself too fast, and just worry about the stuff that you need to worry about right now. Don't worry about the stuff that you don't need to worry about right now, because it's not really going to do anything for you. Like, you can worry about scaling right now, but it's not really going to help because you're not at the point where you're able to scale yet. So just focus on getting to the point where your results are good enough overall that you actually can scale, and then come back, hit us up, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, you guys still help me scale even after September, because I think I'm gonna be very like, I don't know.
We're still gonna be here. We're not gonna end the Slack chat or anything. We're not gonna be checking it, every day, multiple times a day, like we have been. But we're also not gonna just completely ignore you guys. So definitely still hit us up after this month. Definitely still hit us up. Keep us updated on your progress. Ask any questions you have. Can't guarantee that we're gonna get back to you immediately, but we I don't know about Scott, man, but I enjoy this. I feel like we've invested a good amount of time into y'all, and I don't really want to just let that all go to waste. So yeah. Hit us up.
All right, cool. Because I've never scaled, so that's why I feel like I'm not gonna know what I'm doing. Anyways, thank you, I guess.
You got it, bro.
All right. If no one has any questions, I might take the stage once again. Going about in a little bit more detail on those things that I showed you guys that I was testing. I've started running that other tests with that crazy angle that kind of worked, but was at the 1 ROAS for like almost 14 days. I let it run for 14 days. I don't know why, because I'm retarded. But it ran for 14 days, and this one has been running for the past, today is the 3rd day. And overall, the conversion rate, and even those past days, conversion rate was maybe higher than for the past 3 days, and it's at a 3.67. And the click-through rate on both campaigns, like the previous campaign, it was click-through rate at 2.57, but it's 25 CPM. And this new one is at 3% click-through rate and $27 CPM.
What's your ROAS?
On this one, this is the 3rd day, is at 170, and 170 is the break even. So yeah.
And the old one was at 1, and this is at 170.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question? Whatever your question was.
Yeah. Well,
no. Yeah, I didn't complete the
okay.
Yeah. So I guess that in terms of the product page, it might not be in terms of design perfect or anything, but it's halfway decent, at least from the results that I've been getting for the past 2 weeks. But I keep getting these really, really insanely high CPMs, and I'm trying to see, I think that I might need to test a lot more creatives, but kind of wanted to see what you guys thought that might be the case, because click-through rate is good and the conversion is good. So the CPMs might be for, I don't know, that is kind of what I'm trying to figure out. What I
think
do.
two big things you should be working on right now. One is creatives, like you say, and that's how you're going to get the CPM down potentially. Test loads of not even loads, but test different ideas of how you could make your video ad better. That's the first big lever. There's two big levers. The second thing I'd be looking at is how to get your AOV up, because you're selling a product for a very low price and you've got a good conversion rate, but it's only breaking even. And I mean, it's breaking even at 1.7 ROAS, which to me says you've got about a 60% gross margin, which is not great.
Yeah, like for the one unit, it's the really slow margin. But okay, for the first test, for the first campaign, there were a lot of orders for just one product. For this new test for the past 3 days, I don't think there's been any order that hasn't been for at least two or three products.
And you're selling one product means like four units?
Yeah,
right?
4 units. One pack with 4 units.
What you need to do is figure out, this is the big lever for you.
Okay.
You need to figure out how to get more people to order more pieces.
Like,
how can you present the product or the product page in a way that's going to get people to buy more on average?
Yeah.
Buy an 8-pack, a 12-pack, a 20-pack. Maybe don't present it as a 20-pack. Maybe present it as something else. Maybe present it as
party pack.
Party pack for extra price.
Yeah.
Or give it a cooler name even. Like figure out who you're trying to sell it to. Is this college students? Is this older people? You know, like, is it people doing, if it's college students, you might call it the rave pack. If it's elderly people who are making like one gin and tonic, you would call it something else, you know? Figure out who you're selling to. How can I present this offer in a way that's going to increase the amount people buy on average? Because people buying, you're never going to be profitable at any sort of scale if people are buying one.
Just one, yeah, definitely.
Never.
Like,
so you need to figure out how can I get people to spend on average $50 on my site. If you can figure that out, you're golden.
Okay. Yeah, like
so
for
that's
the past 3
plus
days,
ads.
Yeah, for the past 3 days, the average order value is actually at 37. Another person, 7.
But did you change anything? Because if you didn't change anything, then you just had some good days. That's like random, you know?
Yeah.
Or the Facebook algorithm sending you better traffic that's going to buy more. But having good days with higher AOV is just kind of, that's out of your control. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. But you can make changes that will increase the average. You can force it up instead of just having good and bad days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I do feel like maybe at one point I had this the setup for the discounts that wasn't working perfectly, and I don't think that I presented the offer as clearly, because sometimes this, or in the ad it said buy 2 get 3, but then on the page all they saw is like a discount saying 30 buy with 33.
Yeah.
People don't make the math. And I kind of fixed that for the test, and I know it's too soon to say, but I still believe that it might be making a difference because it's more congruent.
How many do people need to add to cart to get the 4-pack? They need to add 4 or they need to add 1?
They just add 1.
Add one.
Yeah, and I place instructions at the end, just add to cart to buy to get yours, and like right below, still bold, saying for the buy 2 get 3 pack, just add 3 to cart, and it's golden.
So you're doing buy 2 get 3 free?
Yeah.
So you're sending out 20 if they take that?
No, 12, because it's a 4-pack. They buy 2 get 3. Buy 2, one is free. The third is free.
Oh, buy 2 get 1 free. Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry.
That might be more compelling as a 12-pack. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not. Think about that. That's the sort of change I'm talking about. Is buy
Okay.
2 get 1 free the most compelling, or is it more compelling if you make it a 12 pack and a 20 pack for X price, X
Like
discount?
I can add variants to the and say it's instead of having quantities, making different packs.
For example,
Yeah, I
you'd
can
have
try
to
that.
place. I mean, I'm not saying do that. I'm saying think down these lines.
Think about it. Yeah. Instead of
You might have to place the orders manually, but who the hell cares if it's profitable?
I'm already
Everything
doing
else,
that.
yeah, you're already doing that because
Yeah,
they're
because
sold individually.
no, I have to do it manually because I work on my computer from work, I guess, and they don't allow me to install Oberlo extension. So yeah,
Such a hard
yeah.
life.
But yeah, I definitely should test a lot more creatives then. But I'm going to at least let it run for a couple of more days with your.
Start working on the new creatives now. Like, you know, this is kind of working. Think about how you can improve the product page and get people to buy more, and then also think about new videos. Those are the two only things you should be focusing on right now.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
if results get better, those are still the only two things you should be worrying about. If results tomorrow are shit and your ROAS goes down, that's still the only two things that really matter right now.
Yeah. Like, I guess I kind of improved a bit from this last change for 3 days ago on the average order value and getting things more congruent. And one of the ads I just made 3 ads and 3 video ads, and one of them is working, 2 or not. Made a lot of copies, and I'm just making new copy every day. And today I think I'm gonna spend the night just trying to fuck around in video and make a lot of videos and try to see what catches my eye the best, and I'll shoot it over to you guys as well to get your opinion.
Awesome.
One more thing. This is more related to the next 4 months, not precisely because of Q4. My budget has been kind of diminished as I didn't get paid this past month as well because I was in leave without pay, but I'm getting paid at the end of the month, and I kind of have some leeway as my dad's kind of always been helping me a lot with these things as well. So I do kind of have some leeway, and I wanted to see, besides this, if I should okay, now I should focus on this one, yes, because it's showing improvement, and I shouldn't be thinking about other products. But at what point should I consider starting testing more than product? Because I don't know. Yeah, pretty much at what point should I be thinking about not just testing this one product and test another one as well?
You answered your own question, not right now, because this is showing promise. That's the first part of the answer.
Okay.
I wouldn't be testing multiple stores in your situation.
No stars. I just killed everything else that I have. I'm
one
just
at a time.
on this one. Yeah.
That's good. Testing more stores is going to cost money.
Yeah.
Right now, testing for this is free because you're breaking even.
Yeah.
The budget constraints speak against, it's a reason to not test more stuff right now.
Yeah.
Stick to what you're doing. I still think you should try and sell the old store you had.
Yeah, it's already listed actually for the past days, I think. I'm kind of trying out with higher budget and see if anybody picks it up. And next week, if nobody tells me anything, I'll just drop down the price a bit. Actually, that's a good question. I know you guys are still trying to sell your first store, but do you have any insight on how long should it be taking? I don't know, to get leads and maybe sell the store?
I know on Flippa, I used to spend a lot of time browsing, and I've bought a couple businesses on there. On Flippa, most of the bids are going to come in the last 24 hours. On exchange, I honestly don't know the system very well at all.
You mean last 24 hours because Flippa is like an auction?
It's an auction system, so it's going to be nothing, and then 24 hours out, and it could explode, and you get into a bidding war, or it could be nothing.
Okay.
I don't know. I honestly don't even know if exchange is the same system.
I don't think so. It just plays the listing and it's just there. It just
there.
exists, I think. From what I've been seeing, yeah. But
you could also list on both, I think.
Yeah, do you pay anything to post on Flippa?
I think so.
I want to say it's a percentage of sale if there's a sale, but there may also be a listing price. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely check it out.
I gotta look at Flippa too, because that Shopify exchange percentage that they take is pretty substantial.
Yeah, like from K they get like 900, I think. 900.
Oh yeah.
20% or something. Yeah, 20%. Yeah, I think that was it from my end.
Okay. This girl just turned me from unprofitable to break even. All right, y'all got any other questions?
Not really.
Or forever hold your peace.
I might be shooting you guys some DMs because I am opening up a second store that's actually based on a build this time, and not a cool thing that I saw, which is what my first store is. So I actually went with the emotional angle this time and not, ooh, look neato. So.
Okay. Yeah, send it over. Let's check it out.
What about the, how did you get on with the Facebook call thing yesterday?
Oh, dude, it was a blast, man. It was a blast. We had like 80 people on there.
80?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was pretty solid.
We asked them to put questions in the chat, and an hour later, like we asked them at 10 p.m. An hour later, we were still on the questions from 10:02 p.m. There's like 100 unread messages at the bottom of the chat. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a lot of questions.
Damn.
A lot of beginners in that chat too.
Yeah, there was honestly like a pretty big range of people. It was very diverse.
There were like people doing 50K, 50K a month.
That guy, I think his name was Joseph. He had done like 50K in the last month or two.
Also, the other guy from Spain who wouldn't stop talking. He didn't say how much he was doing, but he seems to be doing something a bit more systematic and just kind of the other style of dropshipping, of like all systems and not honing in on one product, but just getting a team to churn stuff out. That kind of approach is super interesting. I always like talking to people who do that because I mean it's never worked for me, but it's 100% a viable model.
Bulk testing.
Just like test a fucking million videos a day, pretty much. Test products, have VAs testing products, have VAs making ads, just like testing a lot of stuff. Whereas for us, like a lot of testing means like one new store a month. Like that's quite a lot. That's 12 stores a year. That's quite a lot, really.
Yeah,
he's probably doing that in a week.
Were those people
winner products? That's it. They will be searching for winner products and test. I've done 25 products before I joined the program.
Right.
Yeah.
What was your success rate?
Terrible, like 3. But even those, because that business does not work on marketing. It is just put photos, put description, throw it, let it burn.
Yeah, it's just a lottery.
Yeah,
hope to get lucky.
Yeah. Just an offer and hope
gambling.
to get lucky.
It's just gambling. It's exactly.
But it never works, and it doesn't like if you have to do audience research and market research, it will take long time for every product. It will not work.
But
Yeah,
then
really.
you have an actual chance of it working.
Yeah.
That is the difference.
Wait off. All right, y'all. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this up unless anyone's got anything else.
Mindy's got to get to the beach.
I do. I gotta eat some lunch. I gotta pack up my shit, and I gotta get a drink in my hand as soon as possible.
I want to thank you for your suggestion for the book of Transurfing. I've read it and it helps a lot with stress. Thank you.
Wait, did you read the whole thing already?
Like 500 pages, like a few pages left. But
wow, you're further ahead than I am. Let's see, where am I at?
But it's like crazy stuff, and it's
Scotty, how tall is Nate?
I'm like halfway through it, a little bit more.
It's like a
Allegedly
fucking
6'2".
dictionary.
Nate 6'2".
Allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah, Andre, I'm glad that you got that, and I agree, man. I mean, it's the fucking craziest book that I've ever read in my entire life.
Yeah, it just like helped really much when things went really hard, and now it's really easy. Even though I'm not making any profits, but I'm chilling.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just shifts your perspective. It makes you think about things differently, and just like not so much trying to brute force your way to get what you want, and just kind of like, let the flow of life do a lot of the work for you, and don't be trying to fight against it. Don't be trying to just do nothing. It's about kind of using the flow, to your advantage.
Might need to get that.
Yeah, I would recommend it. It's Reality Transurfing Steps 1 through 5 by Vadum Zeeland. Very good book. It'll change the way that that you think about the world for sure.
I'll drop a link in the chat.
Yeah, please do. I got that recommendation from Tej Dosa, who's I don't know if any of you guys follow his stuff, but he's like a fucking spirit warlord or some shit, and just really seems to have stuff figured out, So I saw him tweet about that, and I was like, all right, well, I got to get this now. And I mean, I've been reading it for probably like over a month, because it's fucking huge, man. It's a huge fucking book, and it's a lot. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of dense information, and I don't know. I feel like you kind of got to read it a little slow, because it might just fuck your entire world up and be like, dude, what the fuck? Is this even real?
Oh God.
It's certainly that.
That sounds like fun.
The last thing I want is for me to think.
That book is like a shroom trip. It's like taking shrooms, but like in book form, basically.
Last thing I want is for me to think this world's a simulation and then end up like killing myself or something like that.
Jesus.
Because there's people that have done that. I've like heard that like people like think that we're in a simulation. They're like, oh, what does it matter if I kill myself?
Yeah.
Probably on a few substances too when they did that, but
All right, y'all. Well,
all right, man.
Yeah, get that book if you're interested in, like, I don't know, just like the world and spirituality and how to make the most of life. Honestly, that's kind of how I look at it. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, definitely recommend picking up that book. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next live call in 2 weeks. That will be the last and final one. So I hope to see all you guys there.
Series
all right, man.
All right, y'all. Have a great week.
We have to cry.
Have a good one.
Later.
All right, later, bros.
Peace.
See ya.